10 Most Heartbreaking MCU Moments of 2023. 2023 was a heartbreaking year for the MCU, filled with shocking character deaths, mass-scale tragedies, and harrowing sacrifices. A consistent theme across the 3 films and 2 Disney Plus shows that premiered was characters coming face-to-face with elements from their past, often with tragic consequences. Adding on to these past tragedies are the ambiguous futures that many characters are left in. Multiple heroes are forced to make great sacrifices that leave their futures in the MCU timeline uncertain, even if they remain alive at the end of their projects. Here are 10 of these heartbreaking moments. 10. Talos is killed. Talos' death marks him as a tragic figure for the MCU, as he placed so much faith into Nick Fury to find the Skrulls a new home, despite Fury's repeated failure to do so, and it is this loyalty to Fury that results in his untimely demise. Skull Radical Gravik understandably became disillusioned by Fury's empty promises and wants to seize Earth as a new home for the Skrulls, and in Talos' quest to help Fury stop Gravik, Gravik kills him. The saddest part about Talos' death is it happens before he's able to see his dream of a new home for his people be realized. 9. Monica meets her mother. Sort of. Monica Rambeau's most heroic moment occurs when she sacrifices herself to stop an incursion after the villainous Disband ruptures a hole in space and time. Monica flies into the incursion and closes it from the other side, stranding herself in an alternate reality and passing out, though she thankfully survives. When Monica wakes up during the post-credits scene in a strange medical facility, the first face she sees is that of her mother Maria, whose loss in her universe she is still grieving. Monica is overjoyed and bursts into tears, only to discover that this variant of her mother does not recognize her and is actually a superhero named Binary, leaving both characters with a lot of complicated emotions. 8. Captain Marvel makes the hard choice. Kamala Khan is overjoyed to get to team up with Captain Marvel, but on a mission at a Skrull colony, Kamala is devastated to learn that being a hero sometimes involves making unthinkable decisions, believing the Skrulls have betrayed her by colluding with Captain Marvel. Disband wreaks havoc on the colony, and Captain Marvel, Monica, and Kamala try to evacuate as many Skrulls as they can before its landmass collapses. Kamala panics when she realizes all the Skrulls may not survive, and Captain Marvel makes the harrowing decision to leave some Skrulls behind to die to ensure that she can get as many as she possibly can to safety, providing a brutal look at the realities of being a superhero. 7. Maria Hill dies. Maria Hill, like Talos, trusted Fury and worked for him for years, only to die as a direct consequence of his incompetence. Once Maria becomes privy to the Skrull rebels' plan to take over Earth, she contacts Fury to help resolve the issue and follows him to the site of the Skrulls' first major planned terrorist attack in Russia. Not only is Fury unable to stop the attack, and the ensuing bombing endangers the lives of countless civilians, during the chaos, Gravik, masquerading as Fury, kills Maria, making the trust the decades-long allies had for one another into a lethal weapon. 6. The Guardians Disband. Guardians 3 is one of the most emotional releases to come out of the MCU in recent years, and its ending, while satisfying on a narrative level, is also undeniably sad. After surviving yet another perilous mission to save their dear friend, the Guardians realize that they each have reached different chapters in their lives, and they decide to go in separate directions. Star-Lord steps down as leader and returns to Earth, Mantis goes on a journey of self-discovery, and Drax and Nebula decide to raise the children they rescued from the High Evolutionary. While some heroes are confirmed to return to the MCU, it is sad to know that the original Guardians have parted ways seemingly for good. 5. Loki watches his friends die. Loki undergoes a significant character journey during Season 2 of his titular series, as he realizes that what he's always wanted is connection, not power. Unfortunately, as soon as he comes to this realization, he is forced to witness the people he's come to care about shred apart into nothing. As the temporal loom overloads with excessive timelines, it goes haywire, pruning everyone and everything out of existence, including the TVA. Loki watches helplessly as all of his friends wither away into nothing and reality itself dissipates all around him, leaving him completely and utterly alone, which is his ultimate fear. 4. Rocket speaks his first word. Previous MCU movies alluded to Rocket having a tragic past, and Guardians 3 delves deep into his history with heart-wrenching detail. It is revealed that Rocket is one of many animals that were grotesquely and horrifically experimented on by a maniacal scientist known as the High Evolutionary, who sought to create an ideal species. The scientist imprisons Rocket as a child with other animals in his batch. Thankfully, Rocket is embraced by a kind group of these experimented animals, but reveals just how traumatized he is by his experimentation when he speaks his first word, hurt. 3. The TVA commits an atrocity bigger than Thanos. Ever since it was first introduced in Loki Season 1, the TVA has been set up as an untrustworthy organization, with its shady mysteries and heartless bureaucrats, and Loki Season 2 reveals just how callous the TVA can be when it comes to life outside of the sacred timeline. While Loki and his friends try to find a way to retrofit the temporal loom to accommodate new timeline branches, the TVA leaders decide to try and prune all the new timelines, ending trillions of lives. While Thanos snapping half of all life from one universe was terrible, ending all life in multiple universes is so much worse. 2. Loki ending up all alone. Loki's character arc in Loki Season 2 culminates in one of the most incredible sacrifices in all of the MCU. After trying repeatedly to retrofit the temporal loom to accommodate new branches and not destroy the TVA, Loki learns from He Who Remains that the loom was only designed to accommodate the sacred timeline, rendering any attempts to fix it futile. To stop the loom from destroying the TVA and save his friends, Loki sacrifices himself, destroying the loom and grabbing the errant threads of time to keep them from withering away. The Loki Season 2 ending closes with its titular character resigning himself to sit alone at the end of time, holding the multiverse together. 1. Rocket's friends die. The most tragic scene out of any 2023 MCU release by far is shown in one of Rocket's many flashbacks in Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3. Though Rocket continues to be tortured and exploited by the High Evolutionary, he finds solace in envisioning a better future for him and his friends, who devise a plan of escape that tragically fails upon execution. These hopes are destroyed when High Evolutionary kills Rocket's childhood friends, which shatters Rocket emotionally, mauling the scientist out of rage before fleeing in a spaceship. Witnessing how excited the group was to finally escape the High Evolutionary's clutches and live together in freedom makes seeing their lives so brutally taken that much more devastating.